just looking at the beautiful fabrics, Gemma. It's just, you know, when you find a fabric, and you're like, oh, and every time you look at it, you just sort of go, oh, it's so pretty.
The viewers will have heard me going, Tash.
I know, it's because I was just sort of going, oh. Yeah, anyway, good morning.
That work thing you're supposed to do.
I know, but I done bought beautiful fabrics. Good morning, how are you? I will just snap myself out of my own. But you know what? It's nice when you buy stuff you like, right?
Yeah, you get worse.
Yes.
You get worse.
What? You. No.
Yeah.
Good morning. Just see what I'm agreeing to here. What? Good morning, everybody. I'm going to say hello to everybody here because it's lovely to have your company. Welcome to Natasha Makes. And if you are not sure who we are, I'm Natasha. Gemma's in the corner.
Hi.
Gemma and Jane did the show yesterday. Thank you very much for that. And if you're wondering what beautiful thing I'm stood in front of, this is going to be next Wednesday's quilt with Jane. It's just such a beautiful combination of Lisa Chandler design in terms of the quilt and Robert Kaufman fabric, which, yeah, is a bit special.
Beautiful.
Can't say other than it's a bit special. And these were the fabrics that I was looking at because we've got these left over from the quilt kits.
Yeah.
Which means that we will be doing some gorgeous kits for you tomorrow for you to do things like this.
And this is one of my favourite makes for ages. Can we have a little quick peep on the close-up cam? Are we allowed?
Oh, no, because I've got another sample. This is my first sample. I've got a few little leaks and tweaks that I want to make before I bring it to wear properly tomorrow. But then as I walked in yesterday, there were squeals of delight because we'd just had another Odile shipment, which is just as well because the rabbit frames this morning, you've gone a bit crazy for.
Gone.
They've gone, but we have other rabbit fabric, we have other frames, we've got lots of different frames for you today. So today is a kind of a back in stock show with a little demo for whichever frame you're going with today in terms of the KISS class frames. We'll just show you how we do those.
We've called today's show Fun with Frames. That's what we've called it.
I know, because it makes me giggle, because it reminds me of, for any of you that watch the, what's it called? I forgot what it's called.
I mean, I do a very good job
of reading Big Bang Theory. And Sheldon has Fun with Flags.
Right.
And his little show, Fun with Flags. So Fun with Frames, that's what we're looking at today. Oh. I can't actually find us. Let me just refresh my...
Oh, don't do that. I can.
Here we are. Let's just take a little look. So we have got with us today Jan and Rona, good morning, and Claire, good morning, and other Claire, good morning. She's watching live washing up. Yeah. Morning Sylv, morning Pam, morning Julia, morning Anne. She's got a cup of tea ready. I've got hot lemon this morning. Doing that cleansing thing, you know.
Yes.
The old body being a temple or something. It's a bit derelict at the minute. Morning, Jimmy. Morning, Pam. Morning, Christina. Morning, Jane. Jane, did you get it? I think you did. She missed out on the rabbits. And we're just loading the last frame now because we had one frame left over. I think she got it.
Different fabric.
Lisa just loves the Fun with Flags reference. I do love the Big Bang Theory. You've never got into it, did you?
I've watched it to a degree, but not like avidly. Not like I normally do in an obsessive fashion.
Oh, no, it just makes me laugh. Morning, Erica. Morning, Jude. Morning, Liz. Morning, Janet. Liz says, oh, good morning. Oh, you're sewing lovelies. Sewing lovelies. Morning, Leslie. Morning, wonderful people. Have you on in the corner is busy cooking mugs.
Ooh. Fabulous. We love a bit of craftiness.
Ooh. Ah, thank you, Auntie Lizzie. Oh, morning, Kate. She said, love your blouse.
Well,
well done, Jane.
She's not the only one. Over on YouTube, Diane says, morning, gals. Natasha, that's a bright and gorgeous top you're wearing tonight. This is what happens when we're international. It's tonight there.
Tonight.
Says, morning/evening from Melbourne, Australia. Ali says, good morning from a grey West Berkshire. Going to attach a wardrobe. Just made apple pies for the chaps' coffee break. I want Ali to be like my auntie or something.
Can she adopt us?
Yeah, can you, Ali? Can you, please?
Would that be wrong?
And Cynthia just puts good morning with some musical notes next to it. And you know immediately what I want to do.
Gemma is physically physically squirming, trying really hard not to sing. Isn't that how your mother woke you up most mornings?
She did. She used to wonder why I was in such a foul mood when she would come into the room when I was absolutely stone cold asleep, singing, "Good morning, it's a lovely day to," and so on.
Yeah, that would
go up,
that would do
up
it.
a bit and up a bit, and she'd do it over and over and over
Until you
and over
get
again,
up.
until she threw the curtains open.
Oh my gosh.
And finished with a "to you."
Yeah.
I think that's going to put anyone in a bad mood for the day, isn't it? Hey, God love her.
I'd have words. They wouldn't be rude. They wouldn't be nice ones. We love it.
Quite upset that I was grumpy after that.
I can't imagine why. Right, let's have a look. For those of you that are in a bunny frame of mind, we have got little bunny felt ribbony stuff, border stuff. We've only got a handful of those, but I just mentioned them if you are in a bunny frame of mind.
Those are lovely. Do you know, I really like those to trim the edge of one of the little bunny baskets. Oh, you've done it, haven't you? Yes, yes,
What,
yes.
like that one?
Like that one.
There you go, yeah.
So cute.
Yes. Jane, I think that one's yours now. But I know that on the Book of Faces, a lot of you were loving these bundles. Now the instructions are separate because obviously it puts the price up, and for those of you that might already have templates for an 8.5 inch, I keep saying inch, 8.5 centimetre frame.
That would be a big box.
That would be a real big one, wouldn't it?
8.5 inch, that would be a good size.
But we've only got, again, I've got a handful of these left. And that's that. I just love these. I'm going to get more of these in, Jem, because I really like them.
Good plan, Stan.
I really like them, and I just love that we can then tailor make our fabrics to go with them, and they can be fabulous. And it's a nice, quick, easy make for you guys, because that's what it makes. Now tell me that is not fabulous.
She's a stunner, isn't she?
She is. And do you know what we've got for you today as well? Because we did feel a bit bad that so many things had sold out before we went to air.
We've had to have a last minute.
We're like, well, and there seemed to be like a bunny theme
Well, this
going
was
on.
going to be on another day.
Well, it was.
Oh, sorry, SJ.
So it was going to be an SJ deal, wasn't it? So we have managed to get hold of, I say hold of, like we whipped it off SJ's desk and went, well, you're not having that for a Friday deal, we're having it today.
Yeah,
again, 8.5 centimetre frames, and then there's your bunny fabric. So if you wanted to make this for Easter, you don't need to be hopping mad that you've missed out on anything. We've still got frames. So that is with the brass. But you see, look, there is a little sunny element on here. So if you wanted with the gold,
I'm sorry,
to really gold to bring out that, go for it.
What would Spandau think?
I know what would Spandau do.
What would they think?
And we've put these with slightly different coloured linings as well, because they are rather fabulous. Now these frames normally retail at $5.99 each, but we've put them on a special deal today with your 2 fat quarters, so they're coming in at a $9.99 bundle. Obviously you are going to use just a tiny fraction of your fabric, but you kind of want that, you want the fat quarters so that you can fussy cut.
Can we?
We're going to look at that in a minute.
Yes, good. Because I want to see it, Tash.
What?
I want to see it. I want to see where you'd fussy cut.
Well, no, we will be doing that now.
Oh.
Also,
I love a good fussy cut.
the Tropicana is in. This is brand new velvet border from O'Deal. Look at the butterflies. Just look at the butterflies.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Now, when we did the tubular bags the other day,
we've got the song out of our system yesterday, haven't we? Tubular Bells song.
This was what we did. Now this was slightly larger than O'Deal's actual size. That's a 25 centimetre frame, and we had 30 centimetre frames. But her instructions went with the 20 centimetre frame, which we've finally managed to get our hands on. Hurrah! So I've got kits with these brand new velvets, but these are the ones that are available by the metre by themselves. So if you love the plum, there it is.
Well, there it is.
Woomph, there it is. Look at that. I just love the butterfly and the depth of colour. Do you know what? O'Deal does those rich, warm reds so beautifully. But then look at the petrol natural blue. Look at that with your butterfly in there as well. So what I've worked out, Gemma, is that
Yeah.
if you go for a metre of this, then actually you still have, if you could squidge what you had left over into one of the velvet pencil cases, it would be a smaller one. And you'd have to adjust your sizes. Maybe we need to do a show on that at some point. Right, so let me show you the kits that we've put together for you for these for today. Ta-da-da-da. Now, they each will come with Odil's instructions because she's very kind, she doesn't mind us using those. These are the instructions, and we haven't had to add any additional templates or anything else because this is exactly the size that she used. Hurrah!
Yay.
And so you will have, because this uses 65 centimetres of border, you will have 35 centimetres left.
Oh.
Chop that in half, use that as the template for your pencil case, and away you go.
Sorry, bish bash et la bosh.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So that will be, oh, can you imagine that's going to be your frame? It's going to be your bag.
Gorgeous.
I know, right? But because you need a PU bottom, it would have been rude not to have gone with the aqua PU, wouldn't it? Yes, yes it would, Gemma. Yes. So that is one lovely little kit there for you. And then, you see, I've got more earthy here, Gemma, with the green. Look, I've picked out that chartreuse.
Sorry.
Chartreuse. Yeah, we all know I can't say it properly. But
you love saying it. It's one of your favourite things to say.
Yeah. But yeah, we've given that a more traditional bottom in the brown PU. Gorgeous. And again, your frame and everything in there and your instructions. And then now, let's have a look at this one. Because this is the plum one. Now, bearing in mind that this is going to be in your seam allowance. So look, actually, it's that pink that you get more of, which is why I went for that pink there. That's going to be your lining. You're not actually going to see that orangey colour very much at all, which is a shame. I quite like, strange enough, I quite like the clash. Funny that.
Not afraid of the clash.
Not afraid of the clash, no. Now, we also have brand new from Odile, one of her kits. Well, actually we've got a couple of the kits, which is the Sac Carré. There it is. And you've got all the butterflies and everything else in there. Look.
Gorgeous.
And you see, look, you've got these elements from this fabric in there. It all comes in together. So you could have your sac carré, your square bag, basically, and then you could have any one of these picks up, because you've got those colours and those bits of design in there, and you've got your butterfly, which is in there as well. Just gorgeous. If you can see, might go close. As Rosie Gaines would say, closer than close. So that is that. And then if you want the green, look at that. You see,
They're lovely, aren't they?
Then Gemma, I would be buying that velvet border to go with it.
Beautiful. Now the square bag, Odile says, is one of her most iconic. It combines 2 panels of velvet with a coordinated border, as well as pretty matching handles.
I don't have many of them.
No, we don't.
But if you wanted to do something coordinating, if you wanted to do one of the little pencil cases and have it as a little makeup bag
for your bits and
to
bobs
go in there,
lovely.
Then you see the plum would be the one to go for.
But do you know as well, she says you can embroider, add beads or metallic threads to highlight some of the patterns and make it a feast for the eyes.
Yes!
But she does also say, very importantly, that it is easy to make even for beginners.
Oh no, and that's what is fabulous about Odile's designs.
The instructions are in English.
Now, because the other thing to say is, because I don't know why we had one each of those frames left, the straight clip frames, because we're fun with frames, it's just worth saying that I found them. So I was like, why do we have one each of those left? We do.
We'll have underloaded by then.
Yeah.
Tash, which colours did we have? Because we had antique bronze, gunmetal and silver originally.
I can't remember. They are on the desk.
We'll find.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. So they are the bags. There it is. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? Also, in terms of kits, I have also got, there we go, a couple of those left. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And the velvet pouch, that one, in the Cosmos. I see, look at the lining with the, oh, they're just gorgeous. And I don't know why I've got this. Why have I got this one? Oh yes, if you're wondering what the pencil case patterns are, I've had this one now for years. It's got all my sewing machine bits and bobs in. But these are the kits, so if you were after any of those kits, this one. The Cosmos is, that's not a Cosmos, is it? It's the begonias.
Begonia, I'm going to get you to make that for me later, thanks.
Oh, okay, right. Is that why that's in my stash? Right,
That's
good.
why it's here.
Now,
I
Gemalala,
would like one, please, and thank you.
this sold out in minutes last time.
It did.
So this is a wider velvet border fabric. Now, if it were me, because we've loaded these tubular frames separately, I would maybe, just maybe, be going for like the 30 centimetre one. That's with the normal border, but if you compare the height of the border, there is quite a difference, isn't there? So this would end up being that much taller, which would be fabulous. And if you want the frames, if you want the 30 centimetre and the 25 centimetre frames, we'll pop the Odil's instructions in and then our base templates, because I had to work those out and change them because they were different sizes from the ones on Odil. So
fun.
I know. So you could grab yourself a metre of that. That would be enough for any of them. And then if you grab yourself your frame, and then you can line it in whatever you like. Basically make up your own kit, can't you? And we've put them on an introductory price. We've been waiting for so long for these tubular frames to come in.
We have.
I've had to import them, especially because I couldn't get all the sizes here that I wanted. There we go. Whoop.
The last Cosmos pouch is gone. Well done, you.
Oh, you know who you are. You know who you are.
Well done.
Excellent. Good job. Well, I'm just happy when they go to good homes.
Same.
Now, the other thing, Gemalala, is...
I believe we've had some stars. That's what that blingy blingy sound
So what a star is. Oh, thank you so much.
I don't really have the sound on. And then thanks for telling me my sound's on, because that could have gone wrong.
Right. Let's have a little look. We have got some new bolt ends for you. We've had a good rummage through our Lewis and Irene, and they are all Lewis and Irene based bolt ends. Do you know what I would be doing with these, Gemalala?
What?
Well, you know how last week we did the towels.
Oh, yes, and yes.
This is your super cost effective way to cover your towel. I mean, look, when I put the teal next to that, how beautiful is that?
Fabulous.
So don't just think quilt backings for these. The colourways work beautifully. You see, I could imagine these.
A lot of these are 3 metres as well.
These are all 3 metre pieces.
Those ones in your hand vary slightly, I think. Only ever slightly.
Yeah, it's what's left on the bolt, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have an eye for when they get quite low. So these, here we go. These are your Lewis and Irene bolt ends. Mabel's having a little...
She's having a right old word.
She's
asleep at this point in the day.
She's not very happy because she has been compared to Pat Sharp from Funhouse with her fluffy top do, which has had us all singing the
No, it's had you singing it and the rest of us putting our hands over ears and going,
it's a whole lot of fun.
It's an earworm I don't need in my life.
Prizes to be won. For anyone who
you didn't go on that show.
Didn't grow up, I wasn't allowed to do anything like that. I wanted to go on Blue Peter. I would have loved it. Could you imagine me in a go-kart?
Yep.
Actually, they went quite slow, didn't they?
I'm sure it would have felt fast.
Yeah. This is your Sea Holly Floral. Could you imagine back in a quilt now? Wouldn't it be stunning?
Absolutely beautiful. Now we had this
like I
in
should
2
have
other
this.
colourways and they disappeared super, super fast. So
I feel like
just saying.
yeah. I mean, look at that. Just beautiful. And these are from the Puffin Bay. Look at the puffins. Oh, come on.
What I love is that you've got baby puffins.
You have got
Have
baby
we seen
puffins.
the baby puffins, everybody?
Yes. And they are fluffy and grey.
I put a different colourway of that up yesterday and it disappeared very quickly.
Yeah, that's gone. That's been taken out. Now, this is your Dino Glow. These little bits are glow in the dark. Where is my glow in the dark? I've got a glow in the dark torch.
Oh yes, has this been charged?
Oh, I don't know. You've got to charge your fabric. It's not the
Yeah.
pen that needs charging. It's the actual fabric that needs charging.
Has been in the
But
dark
they are
corner.
all, they do all. And that's just by leaving it out in the sunshine.
Or just in the light in the house.
Freddie's going to be a bit upset, you know, Jem. Because I kept promising I'd make him something out of the Dino Glow.
Oh.
And I sort of haven't.
Whoops.
I know. And now somebody else's little kid is either going to get like pyjamas or, you know, a book cushion or a quilt or... Oh yeah, look at that green with those.
Look gorgeous together, don't they?
Yeah, they do
That
look
blend
really
is
good.
fabulous and it's got a nice size piece as well. So
Yeah.
if you look on the product pages for these, you'll see I've also loaded the image that shows you what they look like in the dark.
Yeah,
So you can see which bits
and
will be
these,
there.
this all glows.
Glowing.
I love this one. That
I
doesn't
do
sell. I'm
too.
having that anyway.
Yeah.
For the bear.
Well, Inga's already skedaddled some away.
Oh, has she?
Yeah, she's had some.
Has she now?
But do you know what? Dressmaking as well for these.
I know.
She's had some of what's in your hand.
Oh, this one?
Yes, Ammonite.
Oh, do you know what? This just reminds me of rocking up to Philip Jacobs' place and all the ammonites that he's got, real actual ones that he's fossiled off the beach down in Dorset.
Amazing.
But it's the ammonites, it's these white ones that glow in the dark. So, they are all up and ready to go. We've been busy.
Been really busy. So have you lot, actually.
Good.
Where has all our stock gone? Eh?
No.
Where's it gone?
But it's there for you.
Yes.
You know, that's the whole point, isn't it? That's why we do these things. Because I think, you know, we try and bring you stuff that's sometimes a little bit different or
And as
just
much-
not readily available.
Yeah, as much Tash as you buy stuff that you love, because you do, you will only buy stuff that you love. Apparently we can't keep it all. Someone said.
Disappointing.
It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Very disappointing. Oh, do you know what else we've got? Oh, 50% off.
This is incredible.
Last year we had Mama Makes. She does all the stamps and stuff on Create and Craft. And she designed some for us. So you've got tags for your stamps. You've got bunny ones. That's why it ended up on this show today, because you're bunnies. So you can stamp your tags and then you've got all of your wording. Got Happy Easter, Eastery wishes and chocolatey kisses, have an exciting Easter, but then you've got Mummy, Mum, thank you, Mum, made with love for my, we're a little bit late on the old Mother's Day there, but that's why it's 50% off. And let's face it, Mother's Day is going to come around.
Oh yeah,
And look, yeah, look, these are the ones that I demoed with, these are my set. And actually the kids love playing with these and they can do little tags for their friends, for birthday things. Because that's my new thing to do. You know the no waste pouches? I do those, stuff them with sweets for kids or Lego or something. And then we just make a little tag for them.
Oh, perfect.
And it's just a really cost effective way to get presents done for the kids. They come in these nice little pouches that you can keep them in. So you've got all sorts of different fonts. So you've got all your thank yous and your loves and your handmade and all of those. But then here you've got an entire alphabet. So you can do all of your own ones. It also comes with, excuse me, this is mine and it is dirty, your own acrylic for stamping, your own mat, like the kids have been at this. Yep, no, filthy both sides. These are actually mine. Yours will be clean. They love stamping.
They do.
But we've also got stampy paints as well, so they've been stamping paints as well with these. They are your VersaCraft, so these are fabric ones. You can use them on paper course of course as well, but these go on your fabrics. These are fabric inks as well. And yeah, and we have taken 50% off.
Natasha.
Yes, darling.
Can you go on main camera and can you say hello to Brenda Walker and give her a wave, please? Because it's her that sent us 100 stars.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you very much.
That is very, very super kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Auntie Lizzie says your
Auntie
pencil
Lizzie.
case has worn well. And it looks
Has
immaculate. Your pencil case has worn well.
Oh yeah,
Used it for a couple of
it
years.
does, and it goes like this. Will always go with me whenever I go anywhere and take my machine with me. Yeah, because of the quality of the velvet. That's the thing. It's such beautiful quality velvet, and that's what we just have to remember. Yes. In fact, there were some of those on the old Friday deals.
Yes.
Weren't there? Yeah. Right. Let's have a look.
Natasha, we have Jane joining us from Australia, who as well.
Morning, Jane. Afternoon, Jane. Even Jane.
Wow, whatever time.
Hello, Jane.
G'day,
Hi.
Jane.
G'day.
She says, "Love your chatter." Someone's got to.
Some people I'm a little perky in the morning. Gemma's just sort of growled at me and gone, "Can you please be quiet?"
It was an explosion of sound and colour this morning as she bounced into the room and said, "Blouse."
There's nothing wrong in that. I'm going to do that thing.
Oh, Trisha's joined us from Liverpool as well. Good morning.
Morning, Trisha. I'm just going to take an annoying little squiddly
I'm
bit.
excited about this now.
Right, well, template plastic is your friend.
It is.
And these are just really, really quick and easy. We need to get more of these frames in because they're so quick and easy and so lovely to use. I'm just trying to find a pen that you can use whatever pen you want. I'm going to use a marker pen so that it can show up. But you are going to need 2 of your lining. Because I do these, I've done a lot of these.
Yeah.
In lots of different fabrics over the years. This is my template. I accidentally cut it.
You did with the rotary cutter, I believe.
With the rotary cutter. Yeah. Well done me. And it's sellotaped back together.
Because they are
Well done
invisible
me.
effectively. So when you make your template, write on it in big old letters, and when you cut out, move it out of the way before you carry on your project.
Yeah. And also I write that it's the 8.5 centimetre purse frame, and you've got one side that's slightly rougher and one side that's smooth. The rough side goes down, and I'll be cutting that out in one moment. But this was where I just wanted to, this is why you've got so much, because look, you can really fussy cut. Now, bearing in mind I'm going to have a seam allowance to take out of this. So if I want to get my wedge wogs in there, good old hedgehogs, there they are, then I'm going to be cutting that. And this is where your template plastic really comes into its own. And then when I've done this, after I've done this on the back, I'm going to take that mark and put that mark. I'm going to transfer that mark. Next question is, where are my scissors? Oh look, they match my blouse as well.
2 circles so that you know that you've got your nice fussy cut, or are you going to just have...
Do you what, sorry?
When you're fussy cutting, do you need to cut out your 2 circles separately so that you get them looking...
Oh yeah, I'm only cutting through one layer at the moment. I'll do the other one in just a minute. And also, if I was just doing this on a fabric where it didn't matter, then I would just have interfaced the back of it and, you know, not worried. But I'm going to interface separately.
Fiona says greetings from Australia, or g'day mate.
G'day mate. Oh, g'day,
and Alison
mate.
Linfield completely agrees. Her pencil case lives on her desk and is used every day. It's great quality fabric and so beautiful. That's the velvet border for you. It's more than a fabric. It's
more than a fabric. It's
really
a lifestyle, is it, Gemma?
It really is.
Look, you see, I'm just going to transfer those marks across. These are my start-stop marks, Gem.
Stop.
Yeah.
Steady on marks. You're going through both layers now, so you can
Yeah.
pieces in one.
Because this
in
is just plain, doesn't matter. In a one.
Yeah. No fussy cutting here.
No. And again, simple, easy beginner makes. This is what we like. But they make lovely little gifts. And I'm not being funny, right? Just look how much fabric you have got left over out of your fat quarter. So think of all the other little makes that we've made. When you take into account, if you get yourself a bit of zip, then you could be doing these little makes. What's in that? Oh, there. Mustn't forget that, Gem. I need that.
It's the only problem with all these lovely little pouches.
I know.
Squirrel things away.
But you see, you could easily then be making yourself some of these little pouches because you're going to have a lot left over. Or you might want to do some face wipes or whatever. Whatever, Gemini, whatever. So it's, you know, they are very, very ample kits. Let's get the next one. And then the other thing to say is what you interface with is a really personal choice. Okay, so with this one, I went with H640, and so it's got a bit of squidge to it. Great.
Lovely.
But with this one, I just went with medium weight interfacing. So it's roomy.
Gorgeous.
And these are the same size as these. So if you've bought these kits, then it's exactly the same.
And those instructions.
The same template. It's going to look like that. And those instructions. If you've bought this, the instructions are obviously separate because you might be someone that wants to make your own template, and I don't want you to have the expense of a pattern if you don't need it. But if you do want this pattern, then it is available separately. This is a 12.5 centimetre frame.
Yes.
So that's what that will fit in. Yeah.
Natasha, all your rabbit kits have gone, as we know.
Okay, but just to say,
Yeah.
the exact same method
Yes.
for both.
Yes.
So whichever one you've gone for, the exact same method applies.
It's your template. Yes, all of your rabbit ones we know have gone. However, your little Tula one that you had in your hand there, with the
Yeah.
pretty bobble top, we've
That
got one in that colour and one in the pink. And
Okay.
if they're in your basket and you haven't checked them out yet, they're not yours until they're checked out, just to be clear.
Yeah,
Someone
that's
else
how our
might have them
system
in their
works.
basket too.
Yeah.
So if someone else checks it out, then we
Check
just don't want
it
to be
out.
sad. Just to let you know.
Do we want the same rabbit?
Well, we might want something different.
I might go for a different rabbit on the other side.
Nice. So the kit you're working with now, Natasha, we've got with a silver clasp, a gold clasp, and a bronze clasp. All of the silver and all of the gold are gone.
Oh, you're joking.
No, so again, if you're watching the demo and you're thinking you're going to buy this later, just to let you know there are a handful of the bronze left, but we don't have any more of this fabric and we can't get it either. So
We can't. And the other thing to bear in mind is how long it took us to get all these clasps in. The clasps took months to get in. I saw them, I wanted them, I bought them straight away. The first lot, they cancelled the order, they couldn't supply it.
Nope.
And I also bought clasps with ducks on as well, and they cancelled that order as well. So it's taken me ages to get the bunny frames in.
She gets very excited. We all get very excited. There's a lot of happy dances that go on when these things arrive.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, so when I came up yesterday, more stuff has arrived because I kind of order it and then it comes months later. And the thing, but it's not even that. I will buy one, allow them to come in, so it takes like months for that
Test
to come
it,
in,
make
to
sure
make
it's
sure
quality,
that the
yeah.
quality is there, because I don't want to go buying a whole heap and then the quality be rubbish.
No, 'cause we
Like,
wouldn't
that's
sell them.
that's not what we're about.
No.
So it's a really long process, and so I get really excited because I know what's coming up. Nobody else. I'm
I
really
want to give
excited.
everyone a visual here because I feel that they're missing out. If you imagine a Miranda gallop down the warehouse as she arrives from Cornwall, not just because she needs to get to the loo. It is, what wares have we got? What has arrived since I was last here? Gallop, gallop. This is what she's about.
You are comparing me to Miranda, aren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
And she's a
that's
big
fine.
old bird as well.
All right. All right. She's done all right for herself, hasn't she?
She
Eh?
has, I tell you. I love Miranda.
Right, I was going to go with H640, but I thought, you know what, we always use H640. And I'm just going to show you that if you've got any of these interfacings left over, if you bought some of the fat quarters that we had with the Cafe the other day, you're going to have some of this left over. We put a ½ metre of that stuff in there. But of course, if you want all these things, you can still grab them. So I'm going to move my templates out of the way. And I'm going to adhere this to the wrong side of, And you'll see that you've got a shiny side, and that's the glue. And just place that on there. And if you've not been very careful with your cutting, firstly, my 4-year-old will be disgusted. Just saying.
She was born with scissors in her hand.
Oh, I know. She did tell someone off the other day that told her to be careful with the scissors. I know how to use scissors. That's where she got. But then I took them for a walk in the woods on Mother's Day. We had a nice old stomp round the woods. Until Emily says to me, Mummy, I've got a knit. I'm like, what?
I've got a knit.
You know, as a parent, you
freeze.
instantly think in your hair and you
this.
start scratching, don't you? But she's poking at her side, saying, Mummy, I've got a knit. And it took me a while. And only the child of a sewer and a crafter would come up with, not, I've got a stitch. I've got a knit.
In my tummy.
No, that's a stitch, love. But it's okay. Bless her little cottons.
She is
Right.
adorable.
Yeah, what a good day.
Such a munch.
Inga just keeps laughing because she's getting a little Cornish accent. I said to transfer these marks, so I am doing what I said, and I am transferring my marks. And I'm going to sew on both of these round the bottom, and there's no need to shout turning through gap at me yet, because I changed the pattern so that that was not a thing that I would have to go back and hand stitch. I suddenly realised, like, why did I do that? There's got to be a better way. And we do that here at Natasha Makes. We do, if we suddenly have an epiphany and go, there's a better way to do that.
Yeah.
Why have we been doing that? What's the matter with us?
We will hold up our hands. We will.
Oh, now.
That sounds
That
bobbiny. That sounds bobbiny.
Yeah, look, Jane changed the bobbin, didn't she?
Jane said, I'm not sure as I've just threaded that machine up properly.
Jane, I'm going to say no, you didn't.
I'm not sure I've threaded my machine up properly, and then we got pulled away to do something else.
I thought she'd done it and checked it. That'd be a no. Right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask you to very, very quickly just unpick that with a pair of sharp scissors.
I'm sure.
If you can just snip into there so while I sort out this.
Under the camera. Ooh, around the outside.
There you go.
Natasha, we've got bolt ends as well.
We've shown those bolt ends.
I know, but I'm gonna have to take some home.
Take some home. Oh my
This is
goodness
the problem.
me.
We have bolt ends that just look at me and say,
I know,
"Mama."
because it's such a nice chunk of fabric, isn't it?
I know, and you think I could do dressmaking with that. Inga has, you know.
She has.
She's made herself an Easter dress. All she's got to do
Has
is
she?
a bit more sewing, and she's got an Easter dress.
Did
made
she
out of
ever,
a big old
hang on.
chunky bolt end. Yeah.
Did she ever show us the skirt that she made herself for Crufts?
We saw it incomplete.
I need to see the full thing.
She'd got to put the waistband on when I saw it.
Ah.
We were discussing to dart or not to dart, things like that.
Ta-dart moment.
Oh no.
There we
Look at that
go.
beginning stitch there, Tash. It's almost like a pin holding it together.
I don't know how that has gone so horribly wrong.
I don't know either.
There we
We've
go.
got some staff training to do. Jane, this is how you thread a bobbin.
Well, do you know what it is?
I'm pulling here.
So Jane basically has the bad boy, doesn't she? She's got the really big expensive
UX8.
machine. Yeah.
Different.
Because she does all the quilting, and it's fabulous for that. And so it sits in her room. She's got the thing that goes up and down. Oh, hang on, let me just
Have you got a
test
scrap
it.
it to test?
Well, I've just found a bit of this. Do you know why this is hanging about?
Oh.
Do you know why? Because I suddenly thought, Gemma, you know we had these, and they're the drawstring, and they were really, really popular.
Square drawstring pouch.
Square drawstring pouch. Well, I suddenly thought, this fabric that I'm going to have to show you. And just let me know if this is something that might be of, interest. And my system's just crashed there. But
Oh, it does that.
I know, on the regular, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just that that came into my vision, and I suddenly thought, well,
would it be wrong?
Would it be wrong?
Along with the words that you use frequently with me, too much. Never.
Right, you don't even like pink.
No.
And you were like, yeah, that's the thing that needs to be done. So if you want kits for those tomorrow, it suddenly dawned on me that actually we had a little bit of that left. Thank you, my lovely.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, so I was going to test, wasn't I? Because I had the old glitter out. Oh, we're lucky, Jem. Just whipped out a bit of glitter. That sounds less bobbiny, doesn't it? Oh, well, that's fabulous.
Less bobbiny for sure.
This, you know when people say, why don't you share stuff? I don't share. Don't share, that's why I don't share. Right, so as we were sewing around the bottom, you see these are 5-minute makes if everything goes according to plan. And if you have got... No!
What?
What have I done with my pinking shears? Have I taken them all back to Cornwall with me? I might have.
Oh, what are you like?
I know, I'm a menace.
And you know, you've even got your super duper organisy bits and bobs now. Your black starry bag, your black organiser. Talking of which, have you got those in the car or here? Or in the other room where you were working the other day, yesterday? Tomorrow. Shall we show them tomorrow?
Yeah.
We'll show how Natasha brings her stuff back and forth. She just needs to do things like put her pinking shears in there.
Blinking pinking shears. Oh no, I have.
You've got your suey going.
There we are.
Good eye.
I'd forgotten I'd had that, brought that with me. So here we go. What you can do is just pink around. And it's just going to, don't go through your stitches, that's what I'm going to say. Dee 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 dee. There we go. Right, lovely. Now you're going to turn your line in the right way through. What did that come up? You know when I sent that through and it spell checked it for? I love spell check, isn't it? When it just spell checks it to something completely not what you wanted.
Oh, lining?
Yeah, what
lining
did it...
came through as about a million different things. Hang on.
And it just,
every time
this is
lining,
why
it came up with something else.
Gemma has to just double check everything for me because
Translate Tash.
I know what I mean.
I know what I mean.
And I know what I've written, which is fine, absolutely brilliant, until it comes to a point where...
Yeah.
Like, well...
You've told me to turn my losing through the right way, which was a good one.
Yeah.
You've told me to, put my dining this way and that way. There's all sorts you've done.
I've done all of it.
Insert your dining into your outer.
All of it.
Yeah, which was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually what I'm going to do is insert my lining.
Yeah. I am a Tash translator, so it's fine. I translate so you don't have to. Someone just bought one of my favourite bolt ends. Well done, you.
Oh, good job.
It's the Majolica multi-tile on minty
Oh, I
green.
love the Majolicas.
I love the multi-tile. It reminds me of the pictures that Jane showed us.
Oh, when she'd just come back from Morocco.
Morocco.
Her accidental holiday.
Her accidental holiday to Morocco. Oh.
So I'm just pinning these. It's unusual. You can clip, pin, whatever you fancy. And then again. And the same the other side. Matching up the seams. That's all we're doing here.
Beautiful. Natasha, all of your Bluebell wood kits have gone. The one that you worked with. They're so beautiful. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone's makes. I do hope you'll share pictures.
Now, what we're going to do is sort of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fabric.
So where you finished off sewing there, you're going to start sewing and you're going to sew around. What am I going to do though, Gemma, is on one of the sort of straighter bits, what am I going to leave?
A little turning through.
I am. Maybe there, maybe there. Okay, So I'm going to remember to turn that through. And then it's all going to be hidden in my super duper frame.
Clever stuff.
Well, you know.
A magic turning through gap, one that will be hidden and never seen.
I'm going to do it now. Well, yeah, and then you don't have to worry. There, that was it. That was the turning through gap being sewn. And then away we go again.
Yeah, if you do that a little bit and then leave the turning through gap, you've not got to worry now. You can just crack on, can't you?
Bosh, bosh.
It's a good idea.
And then just flip it, start again.
I really love a little purse like this with a frame, and it's just a nice way, if you're going to gift money as well, lovely to give it in a little purse.
Do you know what else though? Like this Easter, I don't want my kids having loads and loads of chocolate.
No.
They just turn into absolute...
I was going to say they are exuberant enough without it.
They just don't need it. They just don't need it. But if you give them something like this, they're just super, super excited. I've just missed off. I can just see that I've just missed that. Yeah, they are. They're incredibly excited if they just have something like this. So, and then we turn it through. Yeah. So they are incredibly excited, and actually, Freddie's just starting to want to save money. So if he had a bit of cash in there, he'd be happy.
For sure.
If I did him a dinosaur, oh, hang on, glow in the dark dinosaur one. Could you imagine?
He used to go rummaging down the back of the sofa, I remember. He likes some pennies.
He
He used
does.
to come and smile and say, "Look what I found! Look what I found!"
He actually he's quite good at coin collecting.
Yes.
And he knows. So I don't know how he knows. He'll go through. If you've got a thing of change, he'll go through it and he'll pick out the ones that are special, and he looks them up on the internet. I didn't know this was a thing you could do. He looks them up on the internet to see if they're rare ones. And my mum and dad, instead of a birthday present, because he didn't really want anything, they gave him pocket money all year. So his birthday present is pocket money all year.
Yeah.
And which he's really happy about.
Of course.
And then he took himself off to the village shop the other morning to go and buy himself some stuff, and you know, he's having a lovely time with it.
Yeah.
But
Teaches him to manage his own money as well.
well, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I might have to buy him make him a little pouch for all his stuff. Right. So I've just turned everything through the right way. I'm going to give it a jolly good press, and when I do so, I'm going to turn under that turning through gap.
Oh, there's lots of viewers saying they wish they could buy the velvet border in Australia because they're beautiful. We need that there, Lisa, to stop.
Well, do you know what?
It's just a cost to bring them in, I should imagine.
I know that there was a conversation happening. Yeah. Maybe when she comes over to the UK, she can stuff a few in a bag and take them home. Customs. You've got to get your finger in and just go up and around all those top bits, and then you can get in and press them. And I didn't bother going in with my pinking shears for that top bit, because you do want a bit of give, a bit of something to actually stitch to. But I am just going to turn that one under. So that's my turning through gap, and I did it on the straightest bit that I could. Just going to make sure that that is turned under, and then I'm going to top stitch around the top bits, and that just is going to hold it. It's going to have that turning through gap shut, and then it also gives me, and I'm just top stitching, so an 1/8 of an inch. You don't even have to go all the way around if you don't want to. It's just really just to hold that top frame, part of that in place when you pop the frame in. Because now what you've got is your inside is all done. No need to stitch anything through there. That's all done and dusted. Now let's look at this frame. So you want to...
Sorry, we've got poor Marilyn panicking, we have.
Why?
Poor Marilyn.
Why is there
panicking
panic?
all over the shop. She can't find the beautiful sitting Cato deal border that Natasha showed. Which is, was I seeing things? No, you weren't. You weren't, my dear. You weren't imagining things. You may be, as Natasha fully admits to being, a crazy cat lady. But this time, no. No, not crazy. I will find you the link. I am popping it in the chat on both.
Gemma can call me a crazy cat lady because she knows. Although I love Malcolm, my cat. Mortimer is just a pain in the backside, not going to lie. It's a good job Freddie loves him. And if ever, you know, he's just always bringing stuff in. And at the moment, you know, he just keeps having there's a cat he keeps having a scrap with. So then that gets infected and they have to take him to the vet. So that's another however much in antibiotics and this, that and the other. Whereas Malcolm, he's just delightful. He's such a good boy. No, he's not. I'm just trying to actually just thread a needle.
And he's always loved you the most, although I think now you do in fact have competition for his affection. So
Malcolm was always the cat that wouldn't say boo. He's a proper scaredy cat, wasn't he? So Malcolm and Mortimer, I don't know if you remember them coming on the show as kittens when I first had them. And they're full brothers, which is amazing given that one's ginger and the other isn't. But both tabbies. And they're part Maine Coon, part Bengal Tiger. So they're an interesting mix. And so that's why, like, you know, we see Morty. Morty comes round the village with us on our walks. He comes and wanders down by the river, and after school on a Friday, he comes and has an ice cream on the village green with us, much to all the parents and the kids' amusement. And you know that, like, kids are just going to remember this, aren't they? You know, that was the cat. So Morty gets forgiven a lot of his bad behaviour from the fact that he loves Freddie so much, so he gets away with it. That's fine. But Malcolm is just, he was so scared, like he just wouldn't come out, would he?
No.
And then as a cat, and then when we moved to Cornwall and our house was much smaller, he couldn't really hide, and I got him one of those pheromone things to chill him out, and that did the trick. And then when Mabel arrived, my mum said, he'll hate her. They are the best of friends.
They really are.
Mabel adores him. And it's like there's this beautiful little love affair going on in my home. And it's just the sweetest thing. I'm folding this in half to find that middle point. If you want to mark that with something, look, I know this is really naughty to mark it with that marker, but it's all I've got to hand right now. And it's going to be up in my frame. So I'm just going to fold that in half, mark my halfway point. There. And my halfway point there. Those matching, more or less. And then you want to find the middle point of your frame, which in this is right between where the clasp kisses. That is your middle point. Now Lisa showed us a fabulous trick whereby you could use little bits of... Right, I've got my pot up there, Gemma, right in front of you. Just down a bit by the mug. There. No. That, yeah.
Oh, yes, I know.
And then you just want to pop your needle through that middle point there. And it doesn't always look like it's going to fit, and it always does. Bit of jiggery pokery, and that is always going to go into the frame. And if you want to hold it there are a few things that you can do. One of which, there we go, clothes pegs. But on a little one like this, and this was Lisa's top tip, if you just need to hold it in place, get yourself a drawing pin, poke it through, be a bit careful when you do this, and fix it with some pencil eraser on the other side, and that just holds it
Clever
in
stuff.
place. And if I had more than one, there we go. So you can just pop a couple in, and that's just going to hold that in place. You really don't need many, not with a clasp of this size. And then that just allows you to then just sew that side of the frame in, and then you can flip it, find that middle mark again, and just, I work from the middle out. You will go wonky if you go from one side round to the other. So please always start from the middle out. I've seen this done where people, where they glue frames, and it just looks like such a faff. I've never glued a frame in. And just make sure, all I'd say is just to make sure that you are getting, let me take that out so I can show you, that you're really pushing that seam up into the top. And that's where actually the clothes peg's quite good.
I'm just going to put this here. Just because
it's upside down.
Marilyn's concerned that she wanted the cats, you know, she wanted them to be standing or sitting. And she didn't want to get the wrong one. You get both. Get both.
Yeah, no, they stand and sit.
They stand and sit, look. As it goes along.
Brilliant.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Just can't have a worry. They're all good. All present and correct, standing and sitting cats.
Crikey. If only mine were quite so well behaved.
I know.
You see, Malcolm gets forgiven a lot for coming and waking me up in the middle of the night, purring on my head. He's just so pleased with himself. He's
Mum, I
so
love you. I
pleased.
must tell you right now in the middle of the night. Thanks.
And but it's just really lovely to see him come out of his shell. So that's all you're going to do, is then just sew your frame in. Just making sure that it's all tucked up as you go. And if you've used something like H640, then there's just going to be a bit more floof in there just to tuck in.
Beautiful.
But yeah, it really doesn't take long. There you go, you get the idea, don't you? And that, if you've bought these clasps, that is what, look at the little bunny. And then on the other side, when that's all tucked up into your frame.
It's so beautiful.
They're just really cute, aren't they? And think of all that fabric that you've got left over that you can do stuff with. Yes. So then with that one, you're going to get your bunny and your hedgehogs there, because we fussy cut with our template plastic. Hooray!
So I feel this one can be for cats and small with some Easter pennies in. And I might be able to find a little scrapette, who knows, some dinos, to make perhaps one with a little popper, like a turnover top and a popper. Snap popper for Freddie. Then we've got that sorted, that's Easter sorted.
We've got those zips actually, haven't we?
And they've got wash mitts as well, because of course you've done the little chick wash mitt for Easter too. Did everyone see that show?
I don't know.
So cute.
I don't know. But so if you didn't, that was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that is today's show. We have got for you these frames by themselves. The 25, that's what the 25 centimetre frame works out at. And if you want the larger one, the 30 centimetre frame, they will all, when we kitted these, we put a metre of velvet across the board. It makes more than enough. With the kits that we've done, they are the 20 centimetre ones, frames, as per the exact instructions from O'Deal. If you're going for these frames, just frames alone, and you're going to choose your own fabric or your own velvet, then we'll put in O'Deal's instructions and then the template that I created for the base.
Yes.
Because it's different.
Yes.
There you go. So yeah, but if I were to do it, I'd go with these bigger frames. I would go with the cats because they're taller.
Yeah,
you'd get a deeper frame. As much as you can fit a lot in there.
It would be really fabulous to have the big one with the deep. Yeah. And if you do that with the cat, again, please show us because we're dead nosy. Nikki's joined us late. She says, will there be any more rabbit clasps?
No.
They took a really long time to get here. We're so sorry.
No, that is it. All I can say is just keep a watch out on Facebook, because we're getting to the stage where things are... it's really hard to know how much to buy. And when full orders of stuff don't always arrive for us, it's it's not easy, but it's just a matter of, I know it's tempting to sit back and wait, and I don't like that pressured sell, but it's up to you if you want it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not.
Missed the start of the show, bless her.
Oh,
we are sorry.
I have been telling everyone on Facebook though. I've been trying to remind everyone that they're there and they'll be coming up and all that kind of stuff. So follow us on Facebook. And the other thing to do is to subscribe to our newsletter, because we always have fabulous deals on Friday.
We do, and if we have something that's been really popular and we manage to get it back in, then I will let SJ know so that she can put a back in stock
in that newsletter, so that you know. Yeah.
So our subscribers to that do generally get to hear about things first.
Yeah.
And also some of our exclusive releases as well. If something's coming out early, you'll get to hear about it. Perhaps it'll be a fabric launch on a Friday or Saturday when we're going to be launching it officially on the show on the Monday. So yeah, it's always worth being in the newsletter.
In the know.
Yeah, because you're in the know.
Yeah, perfect. I am going to stop stitching there.
Are you sure it's addictive, isn't it?
Well, only because I got to the end, and then get ready to then stitch on that other side. I just love how
that sits so nicely, that fabric.
Doesn't it?
Beautiful.
Really cute, really
Fussy
cute.
cutting's gorgeous.
Guys, thank you so much.
done,
Tomorrow we are going to be making this. We're going to have lots of kits with these fabrics. So whether you want to make this or whether you want to make something else, we will have some kits with coordinating with all sorts.
Wonderful.
For you tomorrow. And I know, well done for those of you that got this by the yardage. You've got all I can spare by the yardage. The rest is all going into kits, and these are going into quilts to make things like this, that you can see them in there. And this one, look at this one. You've got your chrysanthemums, you've got your dragonflies, stunning, and then you've got your dragonfly fabric there. It's just such a treat. So we will have that quilt for you next Wednesday. We will have the chrysanthemum fabrics for you tomorrow in kit form. But take care. Lots of love. Thank you ever so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.